Alrighty, y'all, we're back here with the 1972 Honda CB450, going for a little cruise and talking about the future of this channel. Let's get started. Alrighty, so to begin with, it's like November 7th, and the weather's starting to get cold. I live up here in Illinois, so it's starting to get cold, which means outdoor activities are starting to diminish. That being said, I probably might get out and shoot a couple of times this winter, but I don't foresee any more than that. Probably going to be a lot of garage work. I have a couple of projects coming up that it's going to require some considerable amount of time in the garage. My brother-in-law is going to be having me work on his three-wheeler. Want some things done to it, so I told him I would. And if you've watched my channel for any amount of time in the recent, few months, you will have noticed that I have two motors sitting in my garage right now. I have one for my mini bike, which is a Predator 212 Hemi that I'll be putting on the Monster Moto, or the Mega Moto 80, whatever you want to call it. And I also have another CB450 motor. And in case you haven't noticed, this bike does not have third gear. It makes a funny sound when I click into third and give it gas. It just doesn't work. Creates no power. Creates a lot of noise though. So that's the project for this winter, is to take my motor out, figure out what caused third gear to slip, and replace it, fix it, and hopefully get the bike running again, if not better. That's the plan. That's where this channel's going for at least the next couple of months. Like I said, because it's getting cold. We got about a 10-degree wind right now. Even though this is what they used to call a full-size Honda, it's no longer that. This is a mid-size Honda. And it gets blown around in the wind quite a bit. When we get back to the garage, I will show you the motors that I'm going to be working on and replacing in the mini bike. But you know, my normal route, I like to go through the park up here. And then I like to head out of town. Shows a nice view down here along the river, though. I do like to hit the park up early on in the ride when my bike's pretty cool. It's a air-cooled motorcycle, it's not liquid-cooled. I'll probably be doing the maintenance cycle as well when I go to get everything put back together, just to kind of make sure everything's done and taken care of for a while. A job that I recently did on this motorcycle that I didn't document was I replaced the front wheel bearings. And it was just kind of a simple job. If you want to check it out, Common Motors has a pretty good video on it here on YouTube. That's the one I watched. They make great content over there, very informative, and I'll probably be referring to that when I'm tearing apart and putting back together my motor. They've got great parts, and like I said, great information. If anybody has one of these old Hondas, they're a very valuable resource, and I would definitely tell you to look into them. But I think for the rest of this video, you might hear me chuckle or whatever. I sure do love riding this bike and getting on it. But I think we're going to go ahead and head out of town and maybe kind of demonstrate going from 2nd to 4th. See if you guys can notice it. I don't know how she didn't see me. I'm in a bright red fucking jacket. That was definitely a close call. The reason why I'm still riding this bike, even though third gear doesn't work in it, I mean, obviously it still works, just not third gear. I took an MSF course was it 2 years ago, 3 years ago, to actually get my license to ride this motorcycle. And one of my instructors was actually a retired Honda repairman. And I figured if anybody would know, he would be the one to know if it's still safe to ride this bike. And so I asked him, I said, hey man, I'm currently in the process of rebuilding my 72 Honda CB450. and all the gears work. The motor runs great. The only problem is third gear doesn't work. It makes a funny sound, and before I could even tell him what I've been doing, he was like, just shift from second to fourth, you'll be alright. Which I thought was pretty funny, obviously, since how that's what I have been doing, continue to do, and hopefully after the rebuild this winter, I won't have to worry about anymore. It could be something from the gears being messed up to the shifting arms being busted, all the way to the pin that holds the the cotter pin that holds the pin that holds the shifting arm in place might have just fallen out. I mean, it doesn't really feel like there's a whole lot of damage being done. I've never found any metal shavings or anything like that in the oil when I've given it an oil change. Everything's been solid except for that third gear. And I mean, it's not like I baby this thing. I'm sure if you've seen any of my videos on this motorcycle, you will know that I do not baby this thing. I'm usually ripping on it pretty good. And I mean, I'm going to demonstrate that today. Obviously, shifting from second to fourth means you have to click up twice, and that's a lot of the times the reason why I miss a lot of shifts is because I'm shifting from second to fourth. And if I'm trying to do it too fast or too quick, sometimes it gets missed. There it went into third. Now I'm in fourth. Nice to see a fellow biker out today, beginning in November. Downshift twice in the second. Upshift twice in the fourth. Looks like we might be getting stuck behind some farm equipment. Not for too long. Got an awful lot of traffic out here on this back road today. People just blowing grass out to the road. Getting quite a few wind gusts here. Downshifting twice into second. Down into first. Hit the gravel pretty good. I wanted to wait for this car. I actually made the fourth shift there. Normally I get it up to about 80 down this stretch. It's not too bad usually. They're getting stuck behind this guy again. I'm going. Missed the shift again. That just happens, you know. Now we're back into town. Nice little cruise. Shift back down into second. School's still in session, so I gotta keep the speed at about 20 miles an hour. Although I think I am speeding a little bit. Down into first. I think the wind's starting to pick up a little bit more now. God, I love this bike. Alrighty, so now that we're back in the garage, there's the mini bike and there's the motor I'm going to be putting on it. The one down here is an 80cc and the one up here is a 212, so it's going to be considerable power increase. And then over here is the replacement motor that I bought just for parts, and that is what I'm going to be tearing apart and getting all the parts that I need out of it. And then I will be putting those in this motor that I take out and then put back in. Going to be kind of a pain in the behind, but that'll get this bike back up to 100%, or at least 100% for the way I want it. Alrighty, well, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it, hit the like and subscribe button. I sure appreciate it, and it helps out the channel. Hope y'all have a good day.